Right then, welcome everybody. I will get properly started once we are in qualifying in the next few moments time. But for now, I'm just going to use this time to get people in the stream so people can find out about it because it is quite a new channel. So we'll get the link shared about, and then I will get properly started here for qualifying in Texas. Right then, welcome everybody for GFR round 6 here in the USA. Then we are out here for qualifying in 17 minutes on the clock, and 19 drivers join us for this weekend. As I will really quickly just sort out the audio because that is very loud indeed for me, and then we can get properly started after that. There we are. As we're out here for qualifying then, and we have 19 people. This is my first time commentating here in this league, so it's going to take me a while to get used to some of the names, but I will do my best to get used to them as quick as I can. There's two in here that I already know. It's Luigi and Harry. Both of them I've had connections with before, but the rest of them I've got to get to know. But it should be alright then, as I'm going to try and pronounce every single name. We've got Venom, PSP, Owen, we've got Ash, Space Ducky, Flappy Dragon, Amigo, Hewley, Taki, Vardy, Connor, Rooster, Luigi, we've got Thomas, we've got Dan, have I skipped one? No, I haven't. We've got, I don't know if I'm going to butcher these, I'm so sorry. We've got Azarakis, I don't know how I'm going to say that, Don Abbey, and we've got Harry and Corey Clover here for qualifying. Then we have short qualifying ahead of us, and then the 50% race coming up just after that. We'll get the track map up so you can actually see what we are looking at on the track at the moment. But as this stream and Twitch channel is quite new, is it new? I'm not sure if it is new. But it would be nice for everyone in here to give the channel a follow if you haven't already. I'm sure the guys over at GFR will be very, very happy about that one, as the first drivers who have already crossed the line and starting their flying laps will be, if I can get it right, it'll be Hulu then, who went quickest for a split second there. We have Ash, who I think got told is a very quick driver in this league, two-time champion unless that's somebody else, and has a qualifying ban this weekend. But we'll see if they can make the comeback in the race. That'll be a good story. And it is, yeah, we've got a championship leader, two-time champion, and he's got himself a quali ban this time around here in the USA, but he might be able to make a comeback this race. That is the big question that everybody around here will be asking this weekend then, as we will go towards Hulu then in the scarlet red Ferrari as he heads towards the final corner here in the USA then. and goes towards the line. It'll be the first time of the weekend, and where can he place himself on that board? It'll be a 133.0. Then the next driver, Harry, comes across the line and beats him by just a tiny amount there during the stream chat. Hello, mate. Third stream in a row you've come on now. It's very nice to see you once again. We have Space Ducky in third, then 134.5. Tacky fourth, 136.3. Not a great time, I will say, compared to the rest of them, but it's not too much off as well then. Drew in stream chat, mate. We've got Jamie Vardy in here. Azarakis. I'm going to call him Azarakis. That is what I'm going to call you, mate. If I completely butcher it, come in stream chat, tell me off, and I'll try and sort that out for you. As Azarakis then is third. Space Ducky puts himself in fourth. We have PSP fifth. It's Venom in sixth. Tacky seventh. Owen eighth. We've got Flappy Dragon comes home in ninth at the moment. As Vardy has invalidated on that lap there. At either end of Q1 or start of Q2, you hear my predictions. I cannot wait to hear your predictions. Predictions poll time 32.7. Let's see where everybody can get himself. Then the banker laps at the minute is a 133.0. The guy that put the provisional poll time on the board for now is going into the pit lane of Harry at the moment, and he does go into the pit lane. Drivers behind him will follow him in a moment's time. As I think it was Corey Clover that's just gone up to P4. Not too bad at the moment. Then is there someone? Was that somebody? Yes, it is. Space Ducky just sat right on the edge of the track there. We do love to see it. As what else can we look at now? Connor, who is going round up the hill and turn into turn one, I must say. We've got drivers coming around the last corner as well of Venom. I think maybe Venom's recharged his battery and is going for another lap. He has recharged and is on his way then to try and go quicker than a P7 time. Can you ask Vardy if you were back against Millwall? Let's have a look. Where is he? Oh, he's in the garage. Vardy, mate, if you're on the stream, you'll have to tell us if you're going to score any goals against Millwall. And we have Owen going up the hill. Around the last corner, we have an Aston Martin going slow. As Easy is coming around the final corner. And towards the line. It won't be a quick time at all, really. 134.1 for his first time. To be fair, but he does go third. On that lap, just there's two cars coming out the pit lane, the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. As then, just up ahead, I think that was Owen's teammate. Yes, it was Owen's teammate. Who is Owen's teammate, actually? It's Thomas. Hello in the stream chat. How are you, mate? Good to see you. As it's Thomas then in the Aston Martin, going through the first sector at the moment. It's a 25.8. Up ahead, his teammates in P11 at the moment. Can he go quicker than a 136.4? See if his teammate can do that. But first of all, we will see if Owen can do that as he heads down the back straight and towards the closing stages of this lap here in the USA then. And Owen is down by 6.4 seconds, so that is not going to happen. Ash is out, but I'm guessing he's going to come straight back in because of the volley ban, I believe. Nope. Okay. Ash is going to put a time on the board then, for some reason. Watch Rooster, trust me. We'll keep an eye on Rooster then. There's Mr. Drew in the stream chat he didn't predict last race right, but the race before that he did predict that right, that I've commentated on, and he's back again to try and predict it again then. So we will see if he can do it. As Mr. Rooster in the McLaren heads towards the final corner, and a bit iffy on the exit there, but now heads down the main straight and is going to try and put a good time on the board with 9 minutes of qualifying left. Here we've still got a bit of time then on the board to get your laps in and everything in between that's needed. It's still Harry on provisional pole at the moment. Nobody's really trying to challenge him at the minute, but towards the end of qualifying, I can guarantee that is where we will see the times coming up on the board. Then as Rooster goes through the first sector, and it's a 25.7 through the first sector there, and just in front of him actually, is the Ferrari of, I am not too sure who the Ferrari ahead of him is. We will check soon. But Mr. Rooster, Drew in the stream chat, has got a feeling about him as the Ferrari moved out the way, and Rooster heads down the back straight now then. And we'll see what his first time actually, of the weekend will be, of 8 minutes of qualifying left on the clock then. Rooster is going to try and put a good time on the board as he heads over the line there to finish Sector 2, and it's quickest apparently with a 1 minute 3.7 or something. I didn't even read it. And not too bad lines through there. Did miss the apex a little bit, but Rooster's going to continue to push on then, keep the traction around this right-hander here, keep it steady going around, do not spin that car out as he does it beautifully then, and then quickly to the right, it's Rooster towards the final corner here in the USA. What would his first time on the weekend be? It is not a quick one really, but it is a P8 time, 1 minute 34.6. Not too bad effort really. As Luigi is just starting his lap. Dan is coming over at the top there and about midway through his lap at the moment. I've got to tell you, the camera angles that you get from this track are very, very nice indeed. So if anyone does make any TikToks or something on social media after this, this is definitely the race to do it in, because it all looks brilliant. As Corey Clover then is on this flying lap then and sticks it to the right hand side, then to the quick left hander here, the penultimate corner on this track, and then to the final corner. It's the Williams car that is in P8 at P5 at the moment. Can he go any quicker then as he goes around the final corner? It's foot to the floor for him then as he crosses the line, and 6/10 improvement puts him in P4 at the moment. It's Dan who goes P3, who just crosses the line just up ahead as well. And then Amigo in the Alfa Romeo goes P3, knocks everybody down. Kind of feeling Williams maybe. That is I mean, I'm not going to say anything about that yet because Corey is in P5. His teammate is in the pit lane at the moment, not doing anything. Just at the moment, as somebody's just gone right up there. I'm not seeing it. I think it was Luigi, 1 minute 33.8. Not a bad time from Luigi in the Ferrari there, number 65 on that car. As Venom, who was one of the first to cross the line earlier on, does improve by 1/10 of a second in that sector there, and then heads over this sector, and it's a 10th as well. He's gaining time on this lap. It might not be enough to get up there, but he definitely is gaining time indeed. If he wants to get up another position, he's going to have to gain a bit more than a 10th, but he's going to try his best then. Venom will push as hard as he can then towards the penultimate corner. Bit snappy on the exit there as he takes it to the left onto the final corner and then to the main straight. Then as Venom goes across the line, he needs to go quicker. He does by pretty much nearly 3/10 of a second. They're not a bad effort from Venom. Does not move up any positions, but fair play to you. As we have Owen down by a 10th. We have Azarakis with a bit of an improvement there. I think Luigi will be going into the pit lane after this one. We'll have to see what he does then. As he goes into the pit lane, Azarakis is down by 10 seconds there, and Venom is down by 2.5. I'm pretty sure he's going in the pit lane after this lap. Vardy improves by nearly half a second on that lap, but still P16, not really too great for him this weekend at the moment. It's Owen into the pit lane there, and is there anything else going on? Really not too much at the moment. We've got Easy out on a outlap, PSP outlap, Thomas on an outlap 2. And we'll have to see who is the closest to the line out of that 3 there. It is it Thomas? I think it might be Thomas. It is Thomas, closest to the line. Where's Garrison? I'm not sure. I messaged him, but he's not come. So, you know. Well, hopefully he can get himself in. But I have not heard anything off him for 2 days now. So, hopefully he does join when he can. Rooster is back out on an outlap. Thomas is just starting their flying lap then as they head down the main straight, up the hill and to the left-hand side on this lap then. Venom follows closely behind as well, just behind that. Not too far behind either. Bit snappy on the exit there with the Lando Norris kind of helmet on in that car. We've got Azarakis with a pretty much half a second improvement in the middle sector there. Not too bad at all then for the Red Bull car as he heads around the penultimate corner, then to the final corner for Azarakis then. And foot to the floor, to the line. It'll be a P4, respectable P4, with a 7/10 improvement that time around. Not too bad at all. As we got Dan on an outlap. We've got the 2 top runners, Harry and Hulu, have come out on outlaps as well. The gap between them 2 is so fine. We're going to really have to see who can improve on their laps there. Easy's improved by a tiny margin on that lap there as Thomas improves by 9/10 of a second in the middle sector, as now he heads towards then the final corner here in the United States. It's Thomas who will go foot to the floor in the Aston Martin to the line. Can he go quicker this lap round? He does by 9/10 of a second and puts him up into P10. Harry for pole 32.7. We'll have to see where he can put himself at the end of this qualifying. 1:33.0 for him at the moment as we are entering the very final stages of qualifying here in the USA. Then as Hulu is the first man to cross the line out of the top 2 and will be the first one to try and put a time on that board to beat Harry to pole position this weekend. Then the gap between them 2 is so close, and this is where we're going to see if Hulu has got it in him to go a little bit faster. He's not going to need much to try and go faster. Then Harry will see if he can do it this lap around. Then he cannot make any mistakes going forward as we are at the end of qualifying pretty much as he goes quicker in the first sector by a 10th there. Hulu is absolutely rapid then out there on the track at the moment. We'll see if he can keep his kind of pace up throughout the whole lap. Absolutely no mistakes can be made as he runs it out wide there. Not too wide to go across the curb too much. He doesn't take too much curb, but he does take just enough then as he gets a good exit down the back straight. And then towards the left-hander he goes. We'll see where he puts himself in the middle sector soon, as he will go across and go pretty much nearly a 10th quicker in the middle sector. So he's still got the time in him on this lap around, and at the minute he will get provisional pole, but we'll have to see what Harry can do then on his lap at the moment, as he is pretty much just behind him. Then I haven't seen what times he has done in the sectors at the moment, but we'll see what they can do then. As Hulu, this is his time to try and go quicker than Harry. Bit iffy on the exit there, but he goes around the final corner. Can he snatch provisional pole then as he heads on to the main straight? Hulu takes provisional pole at the end of qualifying, 1:32.8 for him. Then Harry comes across the line next, and he's down on time. But Hulu takes provisional pole at the moment. We're still not at the end currently, as Connor is improving on time by a 10th. Easy is in the pit lane. Luigi is improving by a 10th of a second as well. Amigo improving by nearly 3/10 of a second there. But it doesn't look like any of these times are going to be quick enough to match Hulu's time of a 1:32.8. As we have Amigo around the final, penultimate corner then, and then to the final corner for the last time he crossed the line in qualifying today. As he goes across the line and puts himself in P3, then does move up a position. Flappy Dragon moves down 4th. And after all of that, I would say that Hulu takes pole position here in the US then, with Harry 2nd, who just got it stealing off him at the very end. And then Amigo comes in 3rd position for qualifying here for round 6. And then qualifying is pretty much over now, and then we have a 5-minute break between qualifying and the race, and then obviously we'll be getting into the main race just after that. As we have finishing results then for qualifying the Texas Grand Prix, then we have Hulu, the American driver, takes pole position here for the US Grand Prix. We've got Harry 2nd and Amigo in 3rd position here in qualifying. Flappy Dragon joins him on the 2nd row. Luigi and Dan on the 3rd row. It's Azarakis and Corey Clover 7 and 8. Space Ducky and Easy 9 and 10. Moving down the grid then, we have Thomas 11, Connor 12, Rooster in 13th, PSP 14th for the Williams car, Venom in the Haas 15th, McLaren of Taki 16th, Vardy in the AlphaTauri 17th, Owen 18th, and Ash with a qualifying ban starting from the back of the grid this weekend. Where can he get himself then going into the main race now? We'll see if he can make a comeback, and if he does, it'll be such a good race to commentate on, I can tell you that now. As we now have the 5-minute break, if nobody readies up, we should be alright, but we'll have to take a look and see. Jack, tell us your day so far. I mean, to be fair, mate, it's just been a normal day. But you know, back here for qualifying. I mean, apart from it being a normal day, it's quite stressful, to be fair, doing commentary every single night, of every single night of the week. But I am happy because my brand new RAM has come through the post from Amazon. And I've got that, so quite happy about that, because it's progress for me, getting that, so I'm happy about that. That's made my day a lot better. Anyway, we've got the 8 people in stream chat at the moment, as we have the break in between. Anybody that hasn't said anything yet, feel free to introduce yourself. Yo, didn't expect P3 to be honest, mate. Yeah, very well done, mate. And we'll see where you can put yourself at the start. To be fair, I am very excited to see the guy from the back, see if he can make his way through. I've heard that he's very fast and 2-time champion as well. I'm calling 2 safety cars and Hulu will bottle it and somehow take me out. Well, you know, we might. This could be a time to earn yourself the name of the predictor. Got Drew in the stream chat that is the absolute godly predictor, mate, honestly, but see if you can do that today. Oh, as we are on the grid then for the formation lap. I didn't even see the countdown then, we just got straight into it. As it will be Hulu guiding us away from Harry, then from Amigo, Flappy Dragon, Luigi, Dan, Mizak. Oh, Azarakis, I can't get his name right at all. That's the problem with commentating on new leagues, you kind of got to get used to everybody. Well, what I thought it went Q1, Q2 and Q3. That was yesterday, mate, because they had a good showing, and this league just does short qualifying, so we've got the race coming up just next. Flappy Dragon will win the race, Jack. We'll have to see what he can do then. To be honest, I've not seen any of the paces from anybody in this league, apart from Harry, because he used to be in my league that I commentated on. Well, that I do commentate on still now, until we banned him. But he's back in the server today, so that's very good to see him back and see him doing well in racing, actually. But we have Ash at the back then, the 2-time world champion in this league, and we'll see where he can get himself today then with 28 laps ahead of us. Why was he banned? I said that, I can't remember, I was messaging him earlier about it, and I said that to him as well. I can't even remember why he was banned. It was that long ago, but I can remember it was something to do with when we had Will in the league, and he was Will's mate, and we ended up banning him for something. I can't remember why, but we thought he did something wrong. We probably did, I can't remember. But that's all sorted now. He's back in the league. That was about a year and a half ago now, but he's back. As enough of my league, let's get on to the GFR then, as the drivers on the way to the grid now. Then it's Ash, the last driver to line up on the grid then, the Mercedes driver who's going to try and get that redemption today then here in the USA, as he lines up on the back of the grid, the last car to do so, as we get ready to go racing here in the United States of America. As the lights getting ready to go out then on the grid. And we are away. It's lights out and away we go then. Hulu with a really good start then just ahead. He's absolutely got the jump off that to enter turn 1. Harry's going to try for a little bit of move down the inside, but just not a great start to try and get that position done. Hulu stays ahead into turn 1. Changes at the back. Someone's gone around already. It's the Mercedes of Dan at the back, finding himself nearly touching his teammate there as his teammate goes through of Ash. He's going to try and make the positions through the pack then as the cars ahead are battling ahead And this is going to really help him to try and get through. Then is the AlphaTauri trying to push the Aston Martin ahead through the corners. As we go back to the front of the grid, then as Hulu in P1 at the moment, managed to hold on to the lead very, very well from Harry's just behind, and Amigo third at the moment. The two ahead are breaking away just a little bit then. As Hulu is going to try and push as hard as he can, but Azarakis then in the Red Bull is on the back end of Thomas here then with the slipstream. Down the back straight we go. Will the Red Bull try and make the move then down the inside? And no, he cannot then, as the Red Bull just behind his teammate will try and stay on the back end too. I see position changes at the back here then, as we see Flappy Dragon, who has actually dropped down quite a lot then at the moment. Ash has made up 5 positions on lap 1 at the moment, and he's still, sorry, not lap, 4, it made 4 positions even. And now pushing the Williams. He has to try and avoid contact there, has to push out to the outside, or he would have gone right up his backside then. It's Ash who's going to try and make up any more positions. I don't think he'll get any more towards the end of this lap, but going on to the next one, he might do so then, as the driver's now onto the main straight. There you go, and the Haas is just behind Taki here. It's easy against Taki. Down the main straight we go, and up the hill. I see the move going up at the top. And Harry is now 0.3 of a second behind Hulu then. We'll see if he can get any closer on lap 2 out of 28. The Alpine is really trying to push Hulu now then, as he is going to stay in the slipstream through the S's here and keep his car lovely, that's a very made-up word, Jack. Lovely on the track there. The downforce on these cars is absolutely sensational then, as Harry, with a good exit out of that corner, allows him to try and stay in the slipstream of Hulu and get closer to him then, as he might try down the inside here, but he's just a bit too far back to make that move done. As he gets a good exit off that corner, and now onto the the back straight, but Hulu does get a better exit on that time around. Can Harry try and make the time back up then? On the back end, through the slipstream he goes. And this time around, he will be too far back to make any move work just there. Corey Clover then is getting a bit aggressive there with the Red Bull of Space Stucky, as he has to back off just a bit there. And we do have a move going on here then, as Taki is on the outside and defending from Easy, and he's through and stays ahead with number 60 on his car. Easy just behind is still pushing him through these corners. He hasn't dropped back. Yes, it is now. Goes down the inside. It's Haas. The Haas car. And then we have a switch back from Taki, who goes down the inside, then spins round. And he has dropped down right to pretty much the back of the grid now. He will not be happy about that one at all. It was a lovely switch back from him, but just did not work out for him, as Ash now on lap 3 out of 28, moving on to lap 4, is now behind the Haas of Easy. And Ash is having the absolute race of his life at the moment then. He's really making up these positions, and which way when he goes to the outside or the inside? It's the inside for Ash Baker then, as he goes, Barker then, as he goes down the straights. And Ash is through into turn 1. And yet again, another position made up for him. It's the last of first challenge for him this race, and he is already pretty much halfway there on lap 3 out of 28. As these three are getting close as well. It's Amigo from Luigi from Thomas. At the moment then, we still have the two at the front as well. Fairly close. There's 6 tenths in it at the moment. 4.5 tenths, 3 tenths now. It's coming down the straight as Hulu tries to move to the left to try and break the toe. He knows that Harry's going to get it close to this lap round. Vardy with the 3-second time penalty, but then Harry to the inside, and that's it. He's trying to get the redemption from the pole position that got sold away from him in qualifying, and Harry has done it then. He's through and past Hulu this time around then. Will he stay ahead? That is the big question. But Harry in the Alpine has done it, done and dusted, and through past Hulu on this lap then. We have the 3 battle here with Luigi, Amigo and Thomas then still going on. Thomas trying to put the pressure on from behind of Amigo, but Amigo seems to be closer more than ever to Luigi there, as we go around the penultimate corner to the final corner, and then onto the main straight, the home straight here for the US Grand Prix then, as Amigo is very close there. Luigi gets a good exit out of that corner. You can't fault him for that, as Thomas is just behind Amigo now. Amigo is pulling away with the DRS then. Will Thomas try and cheeky move down the inside? Round the outside, actually, who doesn't actually make that work. The switchback of dreams to the inside for Thomas. He gets a better exit out of that corner, but then we see Amigo just pull away there as we go into the S's now, and Thomas is still going to try and put he's going to try and put the pressure on him, but just not enough to get past him at the moment. Amigo with a 3-second time penalty. as we move down the grid for now. Ash is still in P10 and not made any more positions up since the last one just there. Venom's down at the back at the moment, but we still got the battle ahead from Hulu. Is try and get back past Harry. Then it's deja vu for these drivers as Hulu goes to the outside and flies past Harry just before the corner. And Hulu is back past Harry that time around then. As now everybody seems to be getting closer again. What's going on here? We have Corey, P8. We've got Space Duck in, Azarakis then, P6 and 7. Thomas, P5. We've got Amigo, P3. And Luigi, Amigo, P4. And Luigi, P3 at the moment. Luigi seems to be pulling away from that pack at the moment. As now we have the big battle between the 5 drivers at the back at the minute here. Luigi for win. Will win. We'll have to see what he can do. I mean, to be fair, Luigi isn't too bad as we have a safety car and PSP is out of the session. I was looking at stream chat and I've completely just missed that. Completely apologise. But then as we have Dan going in the pit lane, Flappy Dragon goes into the pit lane for a cheap and free pit stop under safety car. We're on lap 5 out of 28 and that is the first safety car of the weekend. And if Garrison was here, I mean, none of you guys know this because you haven't seen him commentate yet with me, but if Garrison was here, we'd just have a lovely time waffling now on the safety car, but because he's not here, sadly, I'm on my own, and I would love to see some action in the stream chat. If anyone wants to pipe up and say a few things, we can get some questions going. Right, sorry, I was just trying to sort some out with the overlays on stream because we did have a problem with that yesterday, and I'm hoping it is still sorted. So if you're watching from a PC, you should actually be able to see the race because we did a stream yesterday and I had overlays on, and people on PC could not see it at all. And hopefully it's not happening this time then, as we are on lap 6 out of 28, and we are still under safety car at the moment. Some of the cars trying to catch up. We still have majority of the grid that haven't caught up with the safety car at the moment. Everyone's still scattered about around the track. Drew says waffle with me. You got to keep messaging in the stream chat there, mate, and I'll keep talking to you if you want. Yo, how's life? It's alright at the minute, mate. It's alright. Commentary business is booming. We're doing alright. And so far, people are liking me doing commentary. I hope I don't know if anyone's actually in the stream chat bothering, but if you guys, obviously we're under safety car, if you can message in the stream chat. If you've got any opinions on the commentary so far, you can pop them in there. If you want me back, I'll come back. If you don't want me back, I won't come back. That is the moral of the story. That's pretty much how it goes around here. So it's all up to you guys. If you like me, I'll stay. Predictions F1 Real Life 2024. What do you mean? What do you mean? I reckon this will be Hamilton 8th World Championship, to be fair. Oh, crying inside. But anyway. Nah, geez, waffling still. What do you expect me to do on the safety car, mate? Honestly. Lap 7 out of 28 now. As we have had a few position changes because of the pits under safety car. 3 pit stops, obviously. But I reckon maybe we should be going this lap around. If it's not this one, it will definitely be next lap. But we'll just have to see where when we get going. During the stream chat, hashtag more life. Yes, mate, more life. I don't know how many people are British in here, but you know, I'm not too sure to be fair, because the other day I commented on it on a Dutch league. I didn't even realise. But any Brits in here? You know what? On one of the other streams I did, we was talking about what's your favourite food. I was saying my favourite food is a tuna sandwich. Which is banging. I was ready to defend Ash before the safety car. I feel the RS. So yeah, anyway, this is really random. Anyone in the stream chat, what's your favourite food? I would love to hear your favourite food. As we are having a lovely waffle time. Waffle talk. Now I have PTSD from them. Oh, that's because the caravan, mate. That's when we went down the caravan. Reminds you of such the gannet of me. Yeah, that's all you would eat, caravan. Oh god, we'll have to see then if safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap, as we are pretty much at the end of this lap, and we are, and the safety car will be coming in towards the end of this lap. Then lap 7 out of 28, going on to 8 now, with 20 laps after that remaining. 4 bacon cob chat. No, I don't even. That's never happened. We're on about that. Never happened at all. As there's position change at the back, someone's very raring to go. Vardy is in 16. Taki was trying to get past there. As you can see, Hulu and Harry, who are very, very raring to go. Then warming the tyres up at the front, weaving and weaving. Then at the front of this pack, and we do have a Ferrari sandwich around Harry as the drivers make their way around the penultimate corner. And now onto the main straight, and now we'll have to see when Hulu will pounce then in that scarlet red Ferrari with the mediums on that car as they go down the straight, and Hulu then foot to the floor for him, and he pounces. To be fair, it would have been a good one, but Harry was right on the balls with his feet there then as he goes down the inside. Will Harry get through then into turn 1? Harry and Hulu going side by side. Harry's through for now. Does he stay ahead though as Hulu has got the drive to the inside, and that was a lovely comeback from the Ferrari there. Hulu is back through past Harry in on lap 8 out of 28. And that was a lovely, lovely comeback there. It could have easily lost back the position, but the defending was superb from Hulu that time around. Luigi is still third at the moment, trying to stay within that time there, but the 2 ahead are definitely the quickest out here at the moment. We'll have to see if Ash can make any more places up. Speaking of that, he makes a place up. It goes right on the track, and someone in the background has already gone off, and that's Owen. And it's a VSC as the safety car pretty much only just came in. And we are back down, slowed right down to a slow pace again, neutralising the grid once again, second time in 8 out of 28 laps. Never mind, we have a full safety car. I didn't even see it change over. We have a full safety car on lap 8 out of 28. And that is so annoying. That is so annoying. We have 2 safety cars in the space of 8 laps. And now we are back to waffling. We do love to see it. Anybody in the stream chat that's watching and have not yet followed the league, I'm sure GFR would much appreciate a quick follow on the Twitch, as we have Harry into the pit lane. Into the pit lane. Harry stays out to gain track position. Luigi into the pit lane. Pretty much half the grid have gone in for 3 pit stops now. Everyone on their way out and on their way in then. We've got so much traffic in the pit lane at the moment. It's very, very congested, but at the moment, as it stands, the way we'll be starting the safety car restart from will be Harry, who will be leading from Amigo, then from Easy. Ash, who is trying the last to first, is now up to 4th. Space Stucky 5th, we have Dan 6th, Taki 7th, Venom 8th, Hulu 9, who did pit just then on the safety car, Thomas 10th, Azarakis 11th, Corey Clover 12th, Connor 13th, Luigi, who was up there early on, has dropped down, Rooster with a 5-second time penalty for speeding, Flappy Dragon 15th, Vardy 16th, and Rooster 17th at the moment. We've lost 2 drivers out of the 19 that we had at the start. It's Owen and PSP, which is unfortunate, but it's not as bad as what I've seen before, so I wouldn't worry about that. Don't know, but I think top 3 have bottled it because all tyre life are the same, really. I think, to be fair, would have been the good idea to pit there, but top 3 have pretty much probably bottled it. We'll have to see how it pans out. But Harry is out there. You know what? Speaking of tyres, we'll put the tyres up for now. Harry's out there on 8-lap-old mediums, and if you compare that to the rest of the grid, it is not looking too good for him, to be fair, because everybody else is on pretty much fresh tyres, and he's out there on, compared to the rest, ancient tyres at the moment. As we have Amigo behind with 3-lap-old hards and Easy on 8-lap-old hards as well. Same tyre life as Harry, but obviously the longer lasting tyres, so they still will be better off than Harry's mediums at the moment. But we'll have to see how long it takes until Harry's tyres drop off, and we'll have to see how it all pans out with the pit stops going into the next part of this race after safety car comes in. As Ash has done an absolutely superb job at the moment then. Up into P4 from P19. Made up all those positions. Props to him at the moment. On lap 10 out of 28 at the moment. And anyone in the stream chat that's actually like from this league, if you can type as well, could you let me know? Does this league have 2 tiers, or have you just got the one? Because I was on the Discord and it says that you've got 2 tiers, but I'm not sure if the other one's running or not. So just curious. So if anyone can update me on that, I would love to know. Because if you haven't got a commentator for the other tier and you do the other tier, I would very happily do it if I'm free. But yeah, if anyone's got the answer for that, would love to see it. I'm just looking at the stream chat and it's just Drew the whole way down. Drew, what a guy, keeping me talking the whole race. It's nice to see people getting involved in stream chat then. As Harry's tyres go up to 9-lap-old now, and drivers pretty much nearing the end of Sector 2 at the moment. I'm not sure if safety car will be going in this lap or the next. I'm pretty sure it'll be the next lap, so probably one more lap going round, and then safety car will be coming in. Never mind, because safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap on lap 10. And we have had 2 safety cars, 1 VSC in the space of 10 laps here for the US Grand Prix. But that is all going away now then, and hopefully we do not get any more and we get full racing to the end then, as it will be Harry leading them away from Amigo and then from Easy, but we have Ash just behind that on the 4-lap-old hards, and compared to the drivers ahead of him, apart from Amigo, he has pretty much got the better tyres there and the advantage with the tyre compound at the moment. So we'll see where he can get himself then as we are getting ready to go racing again. The safety car pulls into the pit lane, and now it's all up to Harry then to see when he will pounce off the line. He goes around the final corner, and when will Harry go? Harry goes now then as he pounces across the line. Speeding down the straight as Amigo tries to match him, but he's just not quick enough this time around as he goes into turn 1, and Harry still leads then as Amigo could not get anywhere close to him on that time around then, as Ash is now pushing the car ahead of the Haas, and Ash has got the speed down here then. Can he get past the Haas then on lap 11 out of 28? We'll have to see what he can do as the cars ahead are battling as well. It's Amigo and Harry who are trying to go at it. Amigo taking the brilliant lines here, getting close to Harry, but not close enough to get past through that corner. at the moment, but keep an eye on that one because that's going to happen anytime soon then as we go down over the hill then and on to the back straight in a few moments' time as Ash gets through past the Haas, as I pretty much called it, and he's done it then as Carl's trying to go down the inside just behind that as well. Space Ducky cannot get past the Mercedes there, but this car might be able to get past the Red Bull of Space Ducky. Then it's Hulu, who was leading the race earlier on, is now drag racing with Space Ducky down the straight and has to back off just a little bit there. We've got side-by-side action with these two drivers here then as the McLaren of Taki just gets ahead on that lap there. Hulu then on the backside of Space Ducky, still trying to push him through the corners then. It's the mediums against the hards as Hulu then gets a switchback of dreams on Space Ducky. He tries around the outside. This time around, Space tries to force him off the track, but not good enough this time around as Hulu is still pushing him then through the right hand as we go. Will he try and get past through here, or maybe onto the main straight? And now through the ultimate corner, into the final corner. He's going to try down the inside on the final corner, and Hulu is through on the final corner. Next up on his list, on the hit list, is Mr. Dan then. Down the straight as Dan is getting a bit close then to Easy then down the straight. And Dan, he's going to try around the outside of the Haas. Is the Haas going to get double overtaken? Here I think he is then as the Ferrari goes around the outside as well. And the Ferrari is through off Hulu. Hulu goes back and passed through Easy just there as the driver's ahead. Oh, well, Harry's dropped down actually as Ash has got through. And Amigo is leading the Grand Prix at the moment. And that came out of absolutely nowhere. If we've got something going on, I can see yellow flags coming out left, right, and centre. There's a big car line here. Then it's to go over the hill, and that was beautiful camera angle then. As Connor heading down here, trying to stay in the back end of the Ferrari. Brakes later this time then to the left-hand side. Doesn't hit the apex either. As they now are going down the back straight. Then we've got the Alpine on the inside of the Williams. Then the Alpine is going to try and get passed through. Then is up ahead. We've got a battle going on as well of Space Ducky and the Haas Space Ducky. Sorry, Azaraki's actually trying to get through past the Haas, and he is through that time around. Then it's, whoa, down the inside goes Thomas, and Thomas gets through past Easy that time around. That was a lovely move then, as the Alpine is trying to get through past the Haas, and the Haas of Easy is being overtaken left, right, and centre then, as Corey Clover is trying to get through past the Haas now, and then the Ferrari close behind that as well. The Haas is so vulnerable at the moment then as he's going to the outside of this corner. The Haas on the inside. He will try and defend as much as he can, but we see him move down the inside like we did earlier. Corey tries it, pushes him through the corner, but not enough this time around as they go onto the main straight now. Corey on the backside of the Haas then of Easy. Down the main straight and up the hill we go. Corey to the inside with that Williams car. The blue car to the inside, and he's through this time around then. The Alfa Romeo pushes him through the corner. Then the Ferrari on the outside trying to get through as well. But it's Corey ahead from the Alfa Romeo, then from Luigi, and then from Rooster, who is trying to push him as well. Rooster's got a car on the inside of Easy, and Easy has dropped down so many positions in the last few corners. That is very embarrassing for him, and not too great at all. As up ahead, Hulu has caught up with the top three, and Drew, mate, I think you were right with the tyres. Harry is down in P16 on the new hard compound tyres. He did make the pit stop then as Ash, who was at the back of the grid at the start of this Grand Prix, makes it all the way to first then as Hulu goes through past Amigo on that lap around. And it's Ash who leads then from Hulu, then from Amigo, and then Dan in P4 at the moment then. Not too bad at all then. Not too bad at all indeed then. As Ash Baker, I keep saying Baker, Barker. He's such an icon in this league. I should be getting his name right. Hulu is going fastest on this lap at the minute, and Rooster gets a 3-second time penalty. But Hulu will try to the outside this time of Ash. Ash tries to move over to cover off Hulu, but it does work this time around as he cannot get back through. At the moment, we have Space Ducky on the back end. Ducky is caught up. And we are right at half race distance here in the USA then. as Easy has got the Ferrari ahead, and Easy's got to remember that Vardy's behind him as well. And wow, he's been overtaken so many times through these laps at the moment. And it's Vardy is now pushing the Haas through the corners pretty much. He's really pushing him there as that Vardy has to back off just a little bit. And we have Harry trying to get trying to get through past Venom at the moment as Ash gets overtaken by Hulu, and Hulu goes through then and is now taking the lead of the US Grand Prix. That came out of nowhere. We've still obviously lost 2 drivers, not lost any more at the moment, so that's very good. But we have Harry to the inside of Venom, and Harry is through that time around. Thomas with a 3-second time penalty at the moment, but it's the battle of the AlphaTauri and the Haas at the moment. There's space to give it the 3-second time penalty on this lap around, but Vardy goes a bit deep on that corner and loses time to Easy very much this time around as Corey goes into the pit lane in the Williams. And up the hill, Ash cannot get close enough to Hulu to get through and make the move done. Ash, who went from last all the way to first, then to second at the moment. That is his race story. As Ash, speak of the devil, gets a time penalty, 3 seconds, and that is going to really, really affect the battle that we have ahead. People are telling me that Ash was going to win today's race, but with penalties and Hulu's pace, it is starting to look a bit more unlikely every lap that goes by then as Vardy gets another penalty. And everybody's still fairly close together, but not really close enough to get any moves and action done. But they aren't completely spread out, which is quite good to see. Obviously just had a safety car pretty much, but everybody's still fairly close at this moment in time. As Hulu is gaining a gap of 1.3 seconds ahead. But the thing is, Hulu's on the mediums and Ash is on the hards. Hulu's mediums are still very early and quite young. The gap is building, probably due to that, but we'll have to see when Hulu's mediums do decide to drop off towards the end of this Grand Prix, see if he can get to the end on them, or see if he does go in for that pit stop. But as we have moves going down the outside there of the Mercedes trying to get through the Alpine. The Alpine is through this time onto the main straight. We've got pit stops making, we've got one pit stop actually. It's Azarakis of the Red Bull who goes into the pit lane and in P10 at the moment, but he's going to lose more positions in the pit lane. I tell you now, it's 11th now for him as Harry goes quickest on the mediums. And the gap between first and second still, well, actually not still, it's gaining. 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds now. And that gap just continues to build and get bigger each lap as we go by. Bit iffy on the exit there from the Red Bull, I must admit. As we have the lovely helicopter angle then going on to the back straight at the moment. Was that a move I saw going on there? It might be a move then as the Alpine is going to try and push the Red Bull then to the inside, and the Alpine does get through beautifully. The Red Bull tries to defend, but it's not enough. He can't do anything in that situation. He's a sitting duck there as Flappy Dragon gets through up into P4. It's Harry and Vardy having a battle. It's deja vu then for us, as it's the same kind of move we've just seen there, and Harry gets through past Vardy on this lap. And spectating the leader once again. The gap now 2.5 seconds. .4 now, 2.3. The gap's coming down. You see Ash is trying to make the time down the main straight, but the gap just keeps continuing to build like that there. It was 2.8 for a second there. And it's getting bigger each lap as we go by. We have the Red Bull of Space looking Flappy Dragon with a bit of a battle going on between these two. But we'll have to see if Space can get any closer than he is already then. As we are nearing 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix.
as Hulu goes over the top there and still is ahead by a lovely, lovely time over Ash at the moment. As we now see Luigi, who is behind Connor, but not close enough to get any moves done at the moment. He has got the DRS down the straight, which is going to help him to try and get up there. But just up ahead, we have got a three-way battle then going into this corner here. The Mercedes on the inside, then the Red Bull gets at the back. The Red Bull is going to try and get through all of them. Space Ducky goes through past Dan and Flappy Dragon. Then as the battle still continues to go on behind the Mercedes and Flappy Dragon at the moment. Flappy Dragon gets the jump on him at the moment, and he is through then, with Space Ducky just ahead of him, and Dan loses the positions there on that battle around. But then the Alpine gets a bit iffy on the exit there. He goes wide, and then Dan picks up on the pieces and goes through once again. Up into P5 now, as now we see the Red Bull of Space Ducky go into the pit lane. Make sure you don't hit the wall there, mate. As he's in the pit lane now, and Dan and Flappy Dragon continue on down the straight, and so does that battle. Continues on then. He's quite close to him, nowhere near enough for a move down the straight. And Hulu's still ahead by 2.4 seconds. Ash is doing well to stay on to this. I mean, the gap isn't really moving about as much as it was. Then you can see in the front of Ash, you can still see Hulu in the distance. So he isn't that far ahead. He can still try and make the time up if he can. As Vardy with a 3-second time penalty. We have the battle at the back here between Luigi, Connor, and Thomas at the moment. As Connor goes to the inside of the Alpha, it's not the Alpha, it's the Aston Martin. As Ferrari of Luigi tries to get past the Aston Martin as well. And does he get ahead through this corner? The Aston Martin's on the inside. They make contact with wheels there as the Aston Martin then goes to the inside. It's a switchback for that car there, as now the Ferrari puts his car on the inside. The Aston Martin looked for the move there on the Alfa Romeo, but the move was not there for him, and therefore Connor gets ahead through past Thomas. Then Luigi's at the back of this one, but still trying to push the Aston Martin there as he goes wide and has to let off the throttle there to try and not put his car in the barriers. As up ahead we have Flappy Dragon in the pit lane now, Amigo in the pit lane as well. And Luigi, he was going to try for the move down the inside of the Aston Martin, but he can't make it work this time around as Corey Clover with a 3-second time put into it. Look at Luigi's jump out of that corner. You can see that you got the better exit, definitely, out of that one there, but the Aston Martin obviously with the head through the corner and gets the better edge on him just through there. I can tell you now that this is not the end of the battle between Luigi and Tom as they go through here. Tom with the 3-second time penalty, and that changes everything then for these drivers around here. We are over the 10 laps race distance left now. We have 9 laps to go here for the US Grand Prix. Luigi is not messing around at all. He did not come here to just jolly about then on the track. He's going to try and go down the inside and fly past through Thomas. And can he get through? For now, he has done it, but will Thomas in the Aston Martin try and fight back? He cannot this time around. And it's Connor ahead of Luigi. And Luigi ahead of Thomas going through here at the moment. That is lovely stuff. As we are now spectating Space Ducky and Azarakis then, 2 Red Bulls who, in a minute, seem to be having a lovely battle. That is Space Ducky sends his car down the inside on the brand new mediums, and they seem to be working well for him then, as he does also pick up the fastest lap as well. As just there we've seen Harry get through past Thomas, and then on to Luigi next. Luigi's on the back end of Connor, but not enough to get past him at the moment, as Hulu is now 3.1 seconds ahead of Ash. That gap continues to build, and at the back we've got a move going on here with Rooster and Vardy. Rooster's going to put his car on the inside, and to avoid contact, then he puts himself in the wall there, Rooster. Says hello to the Lenovo barriers, but it's nothing for it, and then it's Rooster with the overspeed then down the inside, and the McLaren is... Whoa, what's going on there? I thought the McLaren was through. That was a bit of a weird one. That was the McLaren was about to get through, and then brakes, and Vardy just managed to get through there. We did see a bit of contact with the two cars. Hopefully no damage on them cars just there, as these three actually seems to be getting close down the straight. As we are nearing the end of this Grand Prix then, with only 8 laps to go of the race. The gap ahead is 3.1 now. Ash is trying to stay on form and try and catch up to him, but Hulu ahead, obviously on the mediums and on the newer mediums as well, is staying ahead lovely at the moment. And here we go then, as we have Vardy, who is going to try for the move down the inside of the McLaren, and he's not there to make it work, as Luigi goes into the pit lane. There's Flappy Dragon as well with the quickest time on the board at the moment as we head up to turn 1. Then it's Flappy Dragon is on the back end of Azaraki. And cannot get through that time around. But he's still on the back end of it. This is the closest I've seen anybody through the S turns this race then, as he backs off just through there. And now into the pit lane. Venom of the Haas goes into the pit lane. Probably going to put the softs on, and he does put the mediums on. Actually, could have easily put the softs on towards the end of the race there, mate. But he puts the mediums on. I would have put the softs on and go for the fastest lap, to be fair, in a position that he's in. But, you know, you do you, mate. It's all right. As Azaraki then is behind, we have him behind Flappy Dragon. At the moment, Flappy with the DRS, obviously, to try and stay ahead there, because he's got the car ahead, which he was a second between, but now 1.1. The gap has got bigger, actually, as Luigi gets passed through easy at the minute. Got a battle going on here then. I did not see this one at all then, as Harry is behind on the younger hard compound tyres then. As Ash, didn't even see that Ash gets through past Hulu, because Hulu has to go on to pit with the softs, and this is where we see Connor and Harry go in as well. But this is where it gets a bit spicy, because we know that Ash has got the time penalty, and obviously him on the 16 lap old hards. Ash is going to come out of the pit lane. We don't know yet. He's dropping right down. Not Ash, sorry. Hulu is not dropping down. He's out of the pit lane, and he is on these softs then. He's going to make up about the best part of 15 seconds then to catch up to Ash, and he has not too many laps to do it in at all. Just about 5 laps to go, and if he can get that time made up in 5 laps, I mean, fair play to him, mate, but I'm not sure if he can do. Ash, who went all the way from last to first, is now leading the US Grand Prix. We'll have to see where he finishes at the end of this race. It's looking good for him, but, you know, time penalties and stuff, we will have a look. 3 seconds at the moment for Ash. And what can we look at the moment then? We have Harry on the back end of Hulu at the moment, because I think Hulu just got back and passed through Harry. Yes, he did. The tyres for Hulu are working beautifully then, as Vardy with a 3-second time penalty, and these tyres are going to feel like he's driving on clouds, mate. He's going to be so happy with these towards the end. Obviously, he did have to pit and concede that race win, but with the gap of 12 seconds now, I mean, is there a chance? I mean, it might work, and it would be good if he can do that. I mean, it would be crazy if he can do that, to be fair. 11.9 seconds now, and the gap continues to come down as Ash is in the pit lane. I did not even see that. Ash is in the pit lane, and he comes out on the softs then, as Hulu goes ahead, and we have battle going on here with Flappy Dragon and Space Ducky then, as Flappy nearly goes round there, pushes Space off the track. Space goes round, and that was not his fault really at all, and he just go round, and decides when it's safe to come back on the track, and he goes into the wall. And that'll be a safety car at the end of the race. Yes, it will. Space Ducky retires. That's 3 out of the race now. Safety car at the end of this lap then. And we have 5 laps of the race to go then. So not too many to go, and we safety car at the very end. I'm sure the guys at the back and everybody who needed to put fresh tyres on are going to be very, very happy about that one. The only thing that this means is pretty much everybody is going to be on the brand new softs. Unless we have people like Harry, who does go into the pit lane and will be putting them soft compound tyres on. Harry obviously on the 10-lap old hard, and he's going to want to get them changed. Then if Hugh's on the 2-lap old softs, just pitted before that, he probably would have been better off to pit now, but he obviously didn't know the safety car was going to be coming in. Coming out even as Vardy with a drive-through penalty. The very end of the race. That is so unfortunate, mate. As Ash on the softs, Harry on the softs, Amigo on the softs, Luigi on the softs, Flappy Dragon on the softs. Everybody is going on the softs now. We're going to have the battle at the very end of the race, and everyone's going to be at their quickest they can go with these tyres on just here. As we have Thomas, who stays out on the 2-lap old mediums, who comes out just behind Flappy there. Vardy with a drive-through. Another one? Is that another one? Not another one. There's Vardy with a 5-second time penalty as well. What is he doing, mate? What is he doing? And lap 24 out of 28, and the times are just coming down even more. Then as Vardy goes into the wall, does he? I don't know. Does he retire in the pit lane? Probably. Yeah, it is in the pit lane. And coming to the end of this Grand Prix, we have lost 4 drivers out of the 19 at the moment. And I will tell you something now. We saw Hulu staying ahead of Ash. Obviously, Ash is a 2-time champion here. We did see Hulu trying to stay ahead of Ash. It was working out for him nicely, but we don't know if that was down to just Hulu's pace beating Ash's or due to the tyres. But now we have everybody, pretty much everybody on the softs. Everybody's going to be equal then going round to go racing again. And this is where we really see the pure pace of the drivers for the last 3 laps of the race. And safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap, I believe. So we should get 2 laps of racing under our belt for the end of the race here in the USA. It's going to be a right good battle then between Hugh and Ash. And I cannot wait to see it. But just have to wait and see what happens when that gets going.
And in the stream chat, is anyone in there still? Hello? Is Drew in there? I haven't seen any action in the stream chat for a while. It's gone a bit dead since the probably about a quarter into the Grand Prix. But we are at the very end now and pretty much getting ready to go racing again, as in a minute the safety car will be announced to come in at the end of this lap. I'm going to time it probably right. I don't know. Have I timed it? Is safety car going to come in? I'm not too sure actually. It might stay out for another lap. Or is it going to be a late call this time around? If he comes in now, it's a very late call. I'll tell you that now. I don't think he'll be coming in. I think we're going to get another lap. And when we do get another lap, I think that's going to allow us. Yeah, we are going to get another lap. So we'll go on to lap 26 now. We'll come around for lap 27. And we should have 2 laps of racing at the end of that. Then we've got another lap on the safety car. And then we will get racing for 2 laps to decide the winner of the United States Grand Prix. I'll be honest, anybody deserves this race today. They've all fought absolutely brilliant for it. And the stream chat has officially gone dead. Drew's not here anymore, I don't think, because he's not typing. Feels very lonely out here at the moment. Stream chat completely died. But we do have 11 viewers in here at the moment, and like I said earlier on in the stream, I've said it a few times now, I'm sure GFR would much appreciate it if you could send them over a quick follow on Twitch. All it is a click of a button, it's not too hard. And they would much appreciate that if you went and followed them. So thank you if you do. 14 followers on here at the moment, and we'll try and build that up as the races go along. And if you guys want me back, I will stay, because this is my job and I do love doing this. As soon we will find out if the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. We'll head over the line of sector 2, and safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. Then we'll cross the line for lap 27. And we'll have 2 laps of racing to decide the winner of this Grand Prix then. As the safety car will drive ahead in the distance then and get ready to... Well, he's going to push himself now into the pit lane, try and get away from the rest of the pack, as Hulu will effectively become the pace car for the rest of the grid at the moment. As the safety car goes into the pit lane, we've waited so many laps for this then, as Hulu pounces very early then around the final corner, a bit iffy on the exit. That's going to bring Ash into play, or at least I thought. Is he going to try and get closer down the straight? He's going to try his best. He's getting closer, and up the straight we go, and Hulu stays ahead into turn 1. Hulu had absolutely no competition behind him there. As behind, we definitely have competition from Harry on the back end of Luigi. But that is not what we're focusing on at the minute. We're going to focus on the battle ahead then of Ash and Hulu, and through there you can tell that Ash got the better lines 1,000,000%, and that was very lovely from Ash just there. He goes fastest in the first sector on this lap around, and the lines that he's taking are absolutely beautiful so far then, as Ash is looking for the move down the inside of Hulu, and he cannot make it this time. He hits the apex beautifully. And Ash is doing brilliant then this race at the minute. Hulu knows he is under pressure now. He knows he's in danger then as he moves to the left-hand side to try and cover off Ash. Ash then moves to the right-hand side, and on lap 27 out of 28, Ash sends it round the outside. Hulu tries to defend down the inside, but this to the next corner. Ash has got the advantage on the inside. Will he stay ahead through here then, as Hulu is on the outside? Ash stays ahead, but the switchback of dreams from Hulu then as he sends it down the inside. This is superb racing
from all the drivers here. Ash is ahead and through past Hulu then as we're on lap 27 to 28 as we head to the final lap of this Grand Prix, the penultimate corner, and then to the final corner we go. The moves behind, then his car's going off the track. Amigo gets through into third, but what we're really focusing on at the moment is Hulu on the backside of Ash. Can Ash pull away then down the straight then? Is he going to have the pressure from Hulu as we go to the first corner? And Hulu cannot put the pressure on Ash then this time around. He is doing brilliantly to hold on to this. He stole it at the very end, and Hulu will not be happy with this at all. But you got to remember, we have the straights coming up soon, the long back straight, and then the third sector as well, which is brilliant for overtaking at the end. But at the moment, it's going in favor of Ash. You got to remember, Ash has got the 3-second time penalty though, and Hulu, if he stays behind, doesn't make any mistakes, he is behind within 3-second gap, Ash will win it on track, but Hulu will win it with penalties then as they go down the back straight, and Hulu cannot get any closer this time around to Ash. Ash is staying ahead. You can see moves going on at the back, but we're going to focus on this one still as we head to the final few corners. We're going through the end of Sector 2 now, on to Sector 3, and Hulu can still not get any closer to Ash at the moment. As we now are heading round the right-hander then, it's Ash ahead from Hulu, and Ash has put up such a brilliant fight this weekend then. As he heads towards the final corner, he's gone from starting in the back of the grid in qualifying with a qualifying ban around the final corner, and then to take the win on track here in the USA. But Hulu takes it away from him due to time penalties, and Ash on track with the win. Hulu with the actual win then here in the USA. Connor 3rd, Flappy Dragon 4th, Luigi 5th, Harry 6th, Dan 7th, Akaris 8th, Amigo 9. It's easy 10th with Venom 11th. It's Corey Clover 12th, Thomas 13th, Taki 14th, and Rooster comes home in 15th even at the end of this Grand Prix. The two McLarens finishing together at the end. And it would have been Ash's win if the penalties, if he didn't have penalties. And doesn't that just show you how penalties can really, really mess up your race in Formula 1? What a race, guys. As we now have the podium celebrations then. Get in there. Well done, mate. Well done. Absolute legend. Take a bow. That was brilliant. As ladies and gentlemen, we go on to the finishing results then here for the GFR round 6 in the USA, and Ash and Hulu with the brilliant battling we've seen throughout the race, but due to time penalties, unfortunately for Ash, Hulu takes the win here in the USA then from Ash, and then from Connor, who rounds off the top 3 here in the USA. It's Flappy Dragon 4th with Luigi in 5th. It's Harry and Dan 6 and 7. Azarakis in 8th. It is Amigo 9, Easy 10, Venom 11, Corey 12, Thomas 13, Taki 14, and 16 goes to Vardy. Well, to be fair, he didn't even finish, did he? So it's Vardy, Space Ducky, and the other two that I didn't get to, who retired. So thank you very much for joining me this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And if you guys want to see me again, I will come back. If you don't, I won't come back. Would love to see anything in the stream chat pointing at if you'd like me back or not. If you would, I'll come back. But thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure and it's been a blast. What a race, everybody. Hats off to all of you. And I will see you next week if you want me back. See you in a bit.